A new Philippine National Police Chief takes office, replacing General Rodolfo Azurin Jr., who has reached mandatory retirement. President Bongbong Marcos will discuss the Mutual Defense Treaty with U.S. President Joe Biden in his official visit to America next week. And power supply issues continue to hound Occidental Mindoro with daily outages of up to 20 hours. Focused and fearless. Here's a roundup of stories we're watching now. I'm Sean Yao. Former Police Chief Rodolfo Azurin Jr. has retired as the head of the police force after almost 9 months of service. In his final speech as PNP chief, Azurin took a shot against those who supposedly interfered in the 6.5 billion peso drug haul cover-up issue. Azurin had previously denied the allegations made against his men, which was revealed by Interior Secretary Benhur Abalos. Azurin maintains that he remains true to his promise to President Bongbong Marcos to ensure peace and order in the country.
Hell broke loose while many tried to dip their fingers on the issue. The PNP is now under scrutiny, but I trust our Lord and our people that justice will be on our side once we have brought to justice those involved in the proliferation of drugs in our country. In a few days, more reports will come out, and I hope my successor will be able to continue what we started and pursue this cause.
With Azurin out, Police Major General Benjamin Acorda Jr. has been sworn in as the 29th Police Chief. He will be the country's top cop for 8 months or until his retirement in December. Prior to the promotion, Acorda was chief of PNP Northern Mindanao before being transferred to the agency's intelligence division. On the long-standing illegal drug problem, this is what the new police chief had to say.
My stand on anti-illegal drugs is clear. No police should be involved in pushing, using, or whatever means of illegal drug trade. You will be charged and removed from the service. This is my warning to each and every one of you.
And the government has readjusted inflation expectations for this year. The Development Budget Coordination Committee, or DBCC, elevated its inflation forecast for 2023 to 5 to 7%. This is double its initial forecast made back in December of 2 to 4% full-year inflation. The DBCC attributes the increase to rising costs of food, power, and transportation. Despite this, the Philippines' economic managers remain optimistic that the country's economy will expand this year.
It's not just growth that matters. What is even more important is the inclusiveness of that growth, that everybody benefits. Whole game is not really just to increase GDP, but to reduce poverty to single-digit level, to improve the quality of the jobs that are available, so that our workers would not have to be forced to seek jobs outside the country.
We have more stories for you after this quick break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. President Bongbong Marcos says he will clarify the coverage of the mutual defense agreements between the Philippines and the United States in his visit to Washington on May 1. Marcos says this is the top agenda of his official visit to U.S. President Joe Biden. The president believes the visiting forces and mutual defense treaties should be revisited amid the escalating tensions in the South China Sea, Taiwan, and North Korea. This also comes as the Philippines and the United States boosted their military alliance by holding the largest ever Balikatan exercises this year.
It has to evolve dahil nag-i-evolve din, kailangan ina-adjust din natin yan dahil meron din talagang evolution, may nagbabago rin sa sitwasyon na hinaharap natin dito sa South China Sea, sa gitna ng mga pangyayari sa Taiwan, sa North Korea, lahat itong mga na medyo umiinit ang sitwasyon dito sa atin. Kung ano yung yung partnership natin, kung ano yung dapat natin ano yung mga pwede natin gawin upang bawasan naman yung rhetoric.
And residents of Occidental Mindoro are struggling to accomplish their routine day-to-day activities as the power crisis in the province continues. Mon Gualvez with the report.
Loads of laundry welcome those who enter this laundry shop in Mamburao, Occidental Mindoro. People here take advantage of the 4 precious hours that power is on in the province.
Ay bilisan kami magtrabaho sa laundry, maglaba, salang lahat sa machine at sa loob ng 4 na oras at hindi natapos ang sitwasyon ng dryer-in ay saka kami nagpapaandar ng generator.
They spend up to 800 pesos daily in crude just to run their generator. Aside from the cost, they also adjust working hours to the availability of power, which is often during the wee hours of the night or at dawn.
Mula alas 12, magsasakripisyo ka ng magtrabaho, maglaba sa laundry hanggang alas 4.
Fishermen are also complaining about the 20-hour rotational brownout. Their main concern, the ice they use for 1 week of fishing.
Nag-aantay po kami nung dating ng yelo na makapal. Imbis na makakalaot ngayong araw na ito, mag-aantay ka pa ng 2-3 araw. Pagdating ng yelo, saka ka pa makakalaot.
This sealing tank is supposed to be filled all the time with ice because this holds the fish they catch here in the barangay in Mamburao town before traveling to Manila. But now, sometimes a week passes by that the storage is not being filled due to the high cost of ice.
The provincial government has written to almost all energy-related agencies to ask for help.
Sumagot ang DOE, pero mga plans pa rin eh. Yung sinasabi niyang emergency purchase ng power supply, 1 year pa yung sinasabi niya, immediate na yung kailangan namin. Ang immediate kasi may 8 megawatts na nandyan. Malaking tulong yun kung yung 8 megawatts ng OMCPC mabigyan ng ruling ng ERC, sigurado may kuryente kami.
By tomorrow though, they may experience a respite. This as the current 12 megawatts being consumed by the province will be hiked by 5 megawatts.
Binigyan kasi kami ng Certificate of Exemption ng DOE na mag-procure without conducting a competitive selection process. Pero hindi ito makakakuha ng subsidy mula sa gobyerno.
The problem now is, consumers will have to shoulder the cost of the extra load. This would guarantee them 2 to 3 hours of extra power supply. However, they will still be left with 17 hours of brownout per day because this still does not meet the province's daily demand of 30 megawatts. That's why the Occidental Mindoro government is now pushing for solar power.
Hindi kung makaipon nga tayo ng mga nagsosolar ng 5 to 10 megawatts supply, malaking bagay yun. Sa halip na makikihati pa kami sa supply ng ng OMCPC, ay hindi na.
In the end, the province appeals to President Bongbong Marcos to help them solve their power woes, which has already spanned more than a decade. For News 5, Mon Gualvez, we are One News.
One News Now will be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. I'm Sean Yao. We are One News. All sides, all the time.